Amazon may have just bought up James Bond, but that sure doesn't stop Michael Fassbender from playing a kick-ass British spy alongside Naomi Harris and Pierce Brosnan. That's right, I'm talking about Steven Soderbergh's ultra-sleek new spy thriller,
Black Bag.
You may know Soderbergh as the director of Ocean's 11, Magic Mike, and Erin Brockovich, but even if you haven't, you're in for a treat with his latest film. In Black Bag, a mole inside of the British intelligence organisation leaks the secrets of a new weapon, so it's down to George, a high-ranking British spy, to suss out who did it. But what will he do when his fellow spy and wife, Catherine, becomes one of the prime suspects?
I understand this is not the casual dinner you'd prefer.
It's an unusual group. Data scraper, 2 agents, and the in-house shrink. What are we hunting this time?
Severus.
I can't lie, I thoroughly enjoyed Black Bag. At first it really sneaks up on you, then whilst getting to grips with it, it switches up, and before you know it, you're in a chokehold, unable to look away. Obviously an actor's performance is key, as it's the first thing that the audience hones in on, but what really makes this shine is that as well as the magnetic performances, every other element is so exact. Each movement in the scene feels absolutely necessary, and emotionally charged. There's a quick momentum throughout, yet it still retains a nice breathing space between heated conversations. The camera just glides around the offices as we follow George on his mission, creating this seamless flow between scenes. It's so easy to sink into this paranoid world of spies, not only because it's fascinating, but because the editing is just as calculated as they are. Pretty much from the get-go, the scenes are imbued with an unpredictability that gives Black Bag a sharp edge. No one knows who has the upper hand and what to do next, leaving everyone in a state of disarray, me included. I could sense a looming danger was coming, but was left in the dark as to when it might strike and from which angle. I was having a conversation with my sister recently, and we were discussing why writers are so important and should be respected more. She'd said that the writing is half of a good performance, which is kind of true. A bad script will limit how memorable your performance is, so unless your name's Nicolas Cage, your film will only be so good. Thankfully, Black Bag was written really well, brimming with intrigue and short, sharp jabs of dark comedy. What I respect about the film is that it could have very easily been made into a TV show or limited series, but instead has been kept to a highly engaging hour and a half. The right decision, in my opinion. Each of the main characters feels like they could be fleshed out across several episodes, but are instead compressed into a much smaller, more riveting story. Like a secret operation in itself, Black Bag understood the assignment and made its execution efficient. The characters are forced to clash and be each other's throats in order to come out alive. Although there's very little to dislike in Black Bag, I did have a couple of issues with it. Now I know I can be quite slow, but the film accelerates through the ending to the point where I didn't understand everything that unfolded. I got the gist of the final act, but it perhaps needed unpacking for a minute more. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a bit thick.
I'll tell you where you're going to end up, Kate. The thick table. Get your stuff. Get on the thick table.
The main gripe I had was with Naomi Harris's voice. Specifically, her accent didn't sound quite right to me. Harris plays Zoe Vaughan, a therapist for the intelligence agency, and is supposed to be originally from up north in England, but now lives and works down south in London. To me, it sounded like she alternated every couple seconds where she was supposed to be from, like she forgot and then remembered she was playing a northern character. Undoubtedly, she's a fantastic actress, but I was going through the film thinking, if I could change one thing, I would cast a young northern actor, as I'm sure there are plenty. But hey, at the end of the day, I guess it's all about the big names and making that money penny. Overall, I'd give Black Bag a 9 out of 10. Despite the little problems I had, the film is almost perfect and is definitely worth seeing for yourself, especially if you're into British spy thrillers. Thanks for watching, and if you're feeling like a spy yourself, go and investigate the rest of my channel for more reviews and video essays. Thanks, bye.